새 알림. 이 게임을 플레이하려면 디스크를 삽입하세요. 디스크를 삽입한 후에는 홈 화면으로 돌아가게 됩니다. 새 알림. 마이크 음속 거듭. 새 알림. 두알산스 무선 컨트롤러가 연결되었습니다. 배터리 완전히 충전됨. 전원에 연결됨. MLB-25.
Hey everyone, it's Book Shambi. Welcome to the show. Welcome to Dodger Stadium, Interleague Baseball on MLB The Show. It's the Detroit Tigers taking on the Los Angeles Dodgers. First pitch coming your way next. About to get started here on the hill here today, Shohei Ohtani.
Well, he comes at hitters with a 5-pitch mix, so for him, it's always interesting to see how he utilizes those weapons. He may lean on 1 or 2 pitches depending on how things are going and how things are working, but if he can control 4 or even 5 of those offerings, look out, hitters. It's going to be a tough day. He's really going to be able to keep those guys off balance.
Parker Meadows leading things off and takes a strike.
Boog, he never moved because he never had time to. But that kind of velocity, you'd prefer that pitcher work away.
That's in there, and the count 1-2.
That's out.
That's a ball. Tried the sweeper.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Got him looking for the K. That was pretty nasty. Here comes Gleyber Torres. Swing and a miss. Missed that by a mile. That's strike 1. And a strike to Gleyber.
0-2.
1 out, base is empty. Torres started after it, tried to hold up. Now a look to first. No swing. He held up. Patrick Johnson with the call there. Here comes a pitch. Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Well, anytime you can punch out the top 2 guys in a lineup to start an inning, got to be feeling pretty good out there on the mound, because when you think of just having a distraction, table setters on the base paths, and all of a sudden you're dealing with the number 3 hitter, any distraction can cause you to serve up a cookie, and instead of it being a solo shot, it's a 2 or 3 run homer.
2 down, base is empty. Here's the left fielder, Riley Green. That one's upstairs, ball 1. Two out, space is empty.
Let's go, showtime.
A swing and a miss, and that's strike 1.
One ball, one strike.
And there's a foul ball. Fouls it off, still 1-2.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
That's a ball. Tried to attack with the sweeper. In the air, left field. Hernandez ranging after it. Squeezes it, and that is that. And the Dodgers are coming up to hit. No score. You're watching Major League Baseball on the show. Back here in L.A. and starting this one, Tarek Skubal. What do we have on him?
Great sinker. Although it's not his primary pitch, it's really a pitch that he can go to, misses the barrel of the bat, gets ground balls, and lets the defense work behind him.
Mookie Betts will get us started. Betts goes 5 feet 9 inches, 180 pounds. Can't forget to mention he's a former MVP. That misses the zone. Ball one.
Ball one, no strike.
Next offering is fouled back. Turns and fires to Betts. Swing and a miss, and that's strike two.
He can live up in the zone all game if hitters will chase it. That's just too much velocity. Hitters got to look down in the zone.
Swing and a hard hit ball. Fair ball down the first baseline. Now he'll turn for second. And he's there with a leadoff double.
All over that one right there. I really like that swing, man. He didn't just push it the other way through the infield. He drove it that way, and it kind of makes me think he was thinking opposite field as he stepped into the box. Got a pitch he liked, and he got it done.
Runner in scoring position, no outs. Here's a switch hitter, Tommy Edman. And that's downstairs. 1-0.
1-0.
Runner at second, nobody out. Next offering is in for a strike. On the ground, and it goes just foul. Now one missed. No outs. Runner on second. In the air, out towards right center. Meadows sizes this one up. Makes the grab. Runner tags at second. And the throw's offline. Safe at third. Time to check out the Dodgers lineup. They're dealing with a top-level arm on the mound, so this figures to be a tough matchup for them. What's the key to the offense today, Singy?
Oh, Boog, I think when you got a guy that's this talented on the mound, you got to find ways to disrupt his rhythm, make him uncomfortable a little bit. The guys that can handle the bat and perhaps, bunt for a base hit, get him moving off the mound. If you're in the box and he seems to be just in a flow, step out, mess up his timing.
Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. In comes the first run of the game. It's 1-0 Dodgers.
Didn't take long to get a result for that at bat. Wasn't able to elevate that one, but he sure hit it hard enough to get through the infield. There's not a whole lot of time for the defenders to react and try to make a play when it's ripped like that.
Here's Teoscar Hernandez. And a swing and a miss. And Singy, as a team, you need to make the most of the very few opportunities he's going to give you, right?
Absolutely. And you know, if you don't get to guys like this a lot of times early, once they really settle in, it's going to be the later innings that they hand that ball over to a reliever, if they do at all.
Let's go, Teo. Going to count 1 and 2.
Good late sink on that fastball. Out of the hand, looks so good. And then by the time it gets in the hitting zone, hard to get the barrel to it.
Lined, and that's a base hit. Freeman headed for third, and they'll have runners at the corners after a 1-out single.
Boog, I don't think that pitch would have been called a strike, but he did such a nice job of pulling his hands tight to the body and just getting enough of the barrel on it to be hard enough back up the middle for a knock.
And up to the plate is Will Smith.
Counts 1-0.
Squirts away a little bit, but no advance from the runners.
It's great to get on the board in the first frame of the ball game, but here's an opportunity for them to really open things up with a couple of runners on. Let's see if they can cash in.
Swings here and blasts one left field. Makes the catch on the edge of the track. Runner tagging from third. It's a sac fly as he comes across to score, and they lead by 2.
Sometimes all you got to do is your job, and don't overcomplicate things. Keep it simple. Runner at third, less than 2 outs. Put the ball in play, and a nice job with the sac fly.
Here's Max Muncy. Snap throw to first. Hernandez back on a dive. And first offering is fouled off.
A lot of pop in that bat. Had the distance for the Oppo home run, but many times you have that slice going to the opposite field, and he just couldn't keep that one fair.
Hernandez, the runner at first with 2 gone. Swings through it for the K. He swung over top of the curveball, but 2 runs for him, and they jump ahead. On to the second now from Dodger Stadium. It's the Dodgers 2 and the Tigers nothing. Back here at Chavez Ravine, new inning getting started, and now Kerry Carpenter. Ohtani back to work. On the ground to first. Freeman takes it himself. Leadoff man retired here in the second.
Batting 5th, right fielder, Matt Vierling.
Matt Vierling up now for the Tigers. Pitch is in for a strike. 0-1. Just missed. Gary Simmons, our plate umpire today, sort of has a reputation as a pitcher's umpire.
Yeah, a little bit of a wider zone than most, I'd say. And a wide zone can be tough to deal with as a hitter because you have to start expanding what you're looking for, covering both sides. And with the stuff pitchers have today, you're just not going to have a lot of success.
And now 2 balls and a strike. Swing and a foul out of play.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
And he hits a ground ball right side. And he handles it himself for the out.
Batting 6th, first baseman, Colt Keith.
2 outs, base is empty. And now the first baseman, Colt Keith. That's in there. Strike 1.
That's excellent location on the fastball right there early in this game. If he can do that all game, it should be a good outing for him.
And that's way high. 1-1. can't make contact with the sweeper.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
And down on strikes he goes. And it's a 1-2-3 inning. Tigers fail to make any noise. They trail it here 2-0. We head to the bottom of the second, and at the plate for the Dodgers, Andy Pages.
Andy Pages.
He swings and fouls one off. Skubal, he's become known as a guy that's really tough to take deep, and that is especially valuable today, Chris, when the ball's going out of the ballpark so much. Swing and a ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. Man aboard on the leadoff single.
It's very important. It's all about run prevention, right? So when you have that, it's a plus. But if you are going to give up the long ball, you want the bases to be empty. And that's where control and command really comes into play for a guy like this.
Here comes Chris Taylor. Pitch misses, and it's 1-0. Fastball for a strike at 95.
And a ball, 1 strike.
And a swing and a miss there.
Clearly, he was sitting on a fastball right there and just ended up out in front of the slider. Hey, you can't fault him for his commitment. Now he's just going to have to battle with 2 strikes.
Ground ball left side could be 2. 1 at second, and that's 2.
They made that double play look so easy, but it was far from routine. That's the one thing about big leaguers. They make tough plays look simple.
Miguel Rojas at the plate. And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike. That one catches the corner for a strike.
This guy's not wasting any pitches. Hitters got to get into swing mode. This is a good time to expand the zone. Throw something maybe down in the dirt.
And a swing and a miss. And that's that. 1 hit in the inning, but nothing more than that. We head on down to the top of the third. It's the Dodgers 2 and the Tigers nothing. And welcome back to the ballpark. All set for the start of the inning. And here is Jace Young. That clips the corner.
I mean, that's perfect location, right on the black. I mean, over and over again, this guy demonstrates the ability to hit those spots. They're so tough to do anything with as a hitter.
Swing and a ball lifted to center field. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. 1 down.
Batting 8th, catcher Jake Rogers.
And up next for Detroit, Jake Rogers. And Chris, his big strength is defense. But it is interesting, in today's world of baseball compared to when you played, a good defensive catcher is considered differently.
Whatever you get offensively is a bonus, but he's got to put the fingers down. He's got to present pitches to the umpire. They're going to help his pitcher get more strikes.
Way out front for strike 2. I think the other component is putting down the finger that the pitcher wants to throw and being on the same page. And that's something that this guy does really well. Gets in sync with his pitchers. Swing and a miss, and he struck him out. He's notched 4 strikeouts now.
Came inside with that 2-strike fastball nicely and just bunched him up on the inside part of the plate. Couldn't get around on it and catch it out front. Many times if you do, it's a foul ball. And you know, a lot of pitchers, they really don't like working inside with 2 strikes because they do not want to hit that batter.
Throws to first in time, and that will end the inning. Down in order go the Tigers. They're still down. It's 2-0. And we're back, ready to go for the last half of the inning. And the batter will be the shortstop, Mookie Betts.
Mookie Betts.
On a line out towards center. Brings it in with a nice running grab. And there's one away.
That was just a great jump and route to the ball. Well, it had to be. If he was going to cover all that ground and bring in that sinking liner, that's the way it had to be done. Nice job.
Warning track, wall, and you can touch them all, baseball man. A massive home run, and they add to the lead. It's 3-0.
Wasn't fooled on the first pitch at all. He squared it up right away. Love to see a hitter aggressive on the first pitch of an at-bat. You watch him from the on-deck circle, so when you step in the box, you're ready to pull the trigger wherever it's at. Really good job by the hitter. Total conviction on that swing.
One down. And next for L.A., Freddie Freeman. And that's down and away. Just missed. Skubal maybe a little less aggressive on the mound right now after that home run, Chris.
Yeah, it seems that way. You know, pitchers, they can come out, feel good, but then all of a sudden get touched up a little bit, and they start trying to throw instead of pitch. They're not trusting their stuff.
Just missed. Well, he's been good for the most part. Is it going to take someone going out to the mound to maybe refocus him a bit?
No, partner, every pitcher's a little different. I liken it to you. Sometimes you come in and you're not as focused, and I kind of do what it takes to get you on track, and then you have a great show. So perhaps it's the same with him. Nobody really wants their rhythm broken up, but sometimes they need a little pick-me-up.
Man at first with one gone. And now Teoscar Hernandez. Ball one, no strikes. And there's the strike. Man at first, one away. And now 1 and 2.
Well, he looks fresh out there. Just needs to get a little more confidence and remember how good he's been in the past.
Fouled off, and they'll do it again. And a 1-2, and misses inside. Swing and a miss, struck him out, and he's registered 3 Ks in this one.
Now batting.
The batter now will be Will Smith. Drove in a run with a sac fly his first time up. Fastball in the inside corner for a strike.
When you're struggling out there on the mound, hitters know that there'll be plenty of opportunities within the at-bat to try to get something to hit hard.
And that's in there for a strike, and quickly 0-2.
An at-bat like this is almost over as it begins. In this situation, you have no idea what the next pitch is going to be. You just got to hope that you can make contact.
2 outs. That's off the mark. Now 1 and 2.
1 ball, 2 strikes, sit down.
Battling here as he fouls it away. The 1-2. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. And now it's even up.
This guy's a fun guy to watch taking at bat. He just battles up there. He doesn't take a pitch off at all. Makes it so difficult on the pitchers out there. You can tell they get frustrated with how long it takes to put him away.
In the dirt. To second, and he's out. They don't come much closer than that. Bang, bang play to end the inning. Dodgers add one to their lead on the solo homer. It's now 3-0. On to the fourth, and now here is Parker Meadows.
Here's a fun fact. Dodger Stadium was also the home of the Los Angeles Angels for 4 years in the 1960s while they waited for Anaheim Stadium to be built. When the Angels were playing games at home, instead of Dodger Stadium, they called it Chavez Ravine Stadium.
Strike two. Ripped to short. Betts whips it to first. One up, one down.
Now batting, second baseman, Gleyber Torres.
Gleyber Torres up to the plate. His first at bat was a strikeout. Torres, a former All-Star, 28 years old, and he was born in Venezuela. That one fouled off. This one in the air. Muncy makes the catch. Out number 2.
Good hard fastball up in the zone right there. They look really good coming in, but so hard to get on top of as a hitter.
2 down, base is empty. Riley Green getting ready to hit. And that misses. And that's ball 1. And there's a strike. Good heater at 98.
Goodness, I think he just took the best pitch he's going to see in this at bat. You don't get many like that in that location. I don't know if you take that pitch against any pitcher out there on the mound.
Next offering is in for a strike. 2 down, nobody on. Top half of inning number 4. In the air, pretty deep out to center field. Edman in position. And makes the play, and that's out number 3. Back here at Dodger Stadium, bottom of the 4th, Will Smith to the plate. Here's a swing and a drive left field, and he knew it. He'll touch them all. It's 4-0. That one just sounded different.
And might have been the loudest moment yet. Man, my ears are ringing. I could feel that swing from the booth.
Let's break out the StatCast numbers. It's Singy. It tells us this home run was projected at more than 450 feet.
Yeah, and not many players can hit home runs as far as this one. That's a special feeling, and I'm sure he was giggling a little bit as he was jogging around the bases. That was one heck of a swing he put on the baseball.
Here comes that funky Muncy to the plate. And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike. One thing with Max Muncy, and it'll be interesting to see what he throws here. He hammers the fastball. Swing and a miss. And it's 0-2. Double-barreled action in the bullpen. Tommy Kahnle getting loose for A.J. Hinch. Holton getting loose as well. Chases the changeup in the dirt. in time to get him. One away in the strikeout.
Way out in front of that inside pitch there, and just exactly the opposite kind of approach that you want with 2 strikes. You want to let the ball travel, make sure you recognize it, try to shorten up so that you can at least put the ball in play. Clearly fooled, but I think even more so, you question the 2-strike approach.
Pajes batting for the second time, and that's strike 1. 1 out, base is empty, and a run in. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. Out there to center. Meadows makes his way towards it, snags it on the run, and there's 2 down.
That's just a really nice catch on the run right there. He saved extra bases for sure. If the pitcher's his friend, he'll give him a second to catch his breath before he's ready to deal the next pitch.
And first offering is fouled off. And a big swing and a miss.
0-2.
Swing and a miss, and Skubal gets the strikeout. Solo shot for the Dodgers this inning. It's now a 4-0 ball game. Back here in L.A., top 5, John Shambi with Chris Singleton. And leading it off, Kerry Carpenter. Ohtani back to work and immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter.
Boog, over 80% of his first pitches are strikes. You're doing that, you could have a really good day out there on the mound.
And that's through there for a strike. 0-2 now. Strike 3 went back to the sweeper and got the strikeout.
Oh, there's a 3-pitch strikeout. He can do whatever he wants with the baseball right now.
Right fielder,
Matt Vierling will hit next. Grounded out his first time up. And takes low for ball 1.
Ball 1, no strikes. Dodgers.
Swing and a miss as he was late that time.
Threw that fastball right by him, slightly elevated. That's a confidence boost for this guy out there on the mound. See if he continues to climb the ladder.
Two, the count. Let's go, Dodgers.
Swing and a pop-up. Foul territory for the catcher. And there are 2 down.
Now batting, first baseman, Colt Keith.
2 outs, base is empty. And next to hit for Detroit, Colt Keith. Went down on strikes his first time through. That's down and in.
1-0.
Just missed.
Well, he looks more focused at the plate and working the count after that first at-bat strikeout.
The Tigers hitless so far in the game.
Swing. 3-0.
A rare 3-ball count here. He's been throwing strikes all day. Got to be ready to hit if you're in the box.
And there's the automatic. That clips the corner.
Looking sharp, just a strike away from 5 shutout innings.
Into center. And it drops in. So he gets on base and keeps it going.
Hitting is really easy for some guys. One thing that I can see already, his bat stays in the zone on plane for an extended period of time. And guys like that, they have a high contact rate and they have more barrels because of that bat being on plane. And even when you don't get it great, it's still hit hard enough to dunk something in like that in front of the center fielder.
Keith leads off first with 2 down to the inning. Clips the corner. That's strike 2. Fights it off. He'll see another. The 0-2. And he swings and lifts one to deep center field. Ranging back, pulls it in on the warning track. Another frame in the books as the perfect game falls by the wayside. It's the Dodgers 4 and the Tigers nothing.
Now pitching for
Back
Detroit.
now to start the bottom of the 5th and taking over on the mound, Tommy Kahnle.
Still pretty early in the ball game, so this bullpen has some work ahead of them. Best case scenario might be if he can come in here and get several quick outs, kind of bridge the gap that starter left for him.
Leading off for the
Miguel
Dodgers,
Rojas
second
now at the plate.
baseman,
0 for 1.
Miguel
He struck out swinging last time.
Let's go, Dodgers.
And the first pitch misses for ball 1.
You know, these Dodgers really impressing me with the quality of their bats in this one. It's been fun getting a chance to see them go to work. It looked to me like they really wanted to get to the starter early, get him out of the game before he settles in. So I'd say mission accomplished.
And a ground ball to first. Oh, great stop. And that's a great play for the out.
Wow. That will
Up
be
next
a
for the
highlight.
Dodgers,
That was
shortstop,
incredible.
Mookie Betts.
Back to the top of the Dodgers order. Now it's the Dodger leadoff hitter, Mookie Betts. 1 for 2. And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike. And downstairs.
Ball, that's low.
Base is empty, 1 away. Last half of inning number 5. And that's in there at the knees.
Go, Dodgers.
And that's in the dirt.
Count.
Out to short. And it finds its way through for a hit. So a man aboard now with 1 away.
All right.
Now batting the center fielder,
Tommy Edman at the plate. He's already homered in this game.
Let's keep it going.
Fought off foul. Mookie on the move. And a foul ball.
All right, Dodgers.
Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout.
Now batting.
So now it's
first
Freddie
baseman,
Freeman.
Freddie Freeman.
Come on, Dodgers, let's go.
That one finds the zone. That's strike 1. Liner, base hit. Runner puts on the brakes at second. So it's first and second with 2
Now
out.
batting, left fielder.
First and second, 2 outs.
Hernandez.
Now the left fielder, Teoscar Hernandez. Delivers a pitch in for a strike at 95. First and second, 2 down.
Let's go, Los Angeles.
Swings through that one out in front that time.
0-2
Well, this is a higher leverage spot, and I love the way that he's turned things around. He's got 2 outs now ahead in this count, and he can pretty much dictate what's going to happen next in terms of the pitch sequence.
That missed by a lot. Yeah, the count 1-2.
The guy at the plate could recognize slider out of the hand. Didn't stay in the tunnel very long in terms of depth and perception. He knew right away it was an off-speed pitch.
And a ball and 2 strikes. 2 outs. Couple of base runners at first and second. Teoscar goes down on strikes. 2 left on. We're through 5. It's the Dodgers 4 and the Tigers nothing. Top of the 6th inning. Now here's the Detroit catcher, Jake Rogers. And the first offering a fastball for a strike.
Well, these Tigers just aren't putting together very many good at-bats in this one. Just 1 base runner to this point, and it's not exactly early anymore. They have guys in this lineup capable of sparking something, but it just hasn't happened for them yet.
Let's go, Dodgers.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. So he picks up his 6th strikeout of the ball game.
Now batting.
And now the shortstop, Trey Sweeney. Grounded out his first time.
Well, I think the key, I mean, if he can get through 1 more inning, anything after that, a hitter or 2 is bonus, but they should be lined up good enough to get to the finish line.
The 1-1.
Ball, that's inside.
In the air, right field, Pajes. Sizing this one up. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. And there's 2 down.
Now batting, center fielder Parker Meadows.
Back to the top of the Detroit order. And here's the Tiger leadoff man, Parker Meadows. 0 for 2 in this one. And that's in for a strike. And it's 0-1. On the ground at first. And Freeman, the Gold Glover, makes the play. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. Make it 6 shutout innings for him out there now. It's the Dodgers 4 and the Tigers nothing.
Now pitching for
Johnny
Detroit,
Brebbia takes over
number
on the mound.
49, John Brebbia.
Will Smith steps to the plate for the Dodgers. He's already homered here in this one. And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike.
0-1's the count.
Swings through that one for strike 2.
No balls, 2 strikes.
Cut on and miss, struck him out, and 1 away.
That's tough. You see it well. I mean, that was clearly up and out of the strike zone, but that's one of the hardest things. You know, when you see a pitch out of the hand at eye level, that discipline to remember, I can't hit that pitch. If I can see it really well at eye level, I can't catch up to that pitch when a pitcher's got this kind of velocity.
On the corner for a strike. Tigers bullpen with some action. Sean Gunther, the young lefty, looks to be getting himself ready. Holton also getting ready. Muncy tries to check his swing. Now a look to third. He did not go around. Swing, and that's ripped towards right center. 2 away now.
He was all over that fastball right there. I tell you what, if he gets under it just by a fraction of an inch or a little bit more, that's way back.
And now Andy Pajes. Upstairs. Ball 1.
Counts 1-0.
Right through there for a strike. And a swing and a miss. There's that slider.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
That misses the zone. 2-2. Good eye right there. 2 down, nobody on. Here in the bottom of the 6th. Outside, and that is ball 4.
One of the things about that 2-out walk, the base runner over at first base is going to have a very aggressive secondary lead. So a ball down the line or into the gap will produce a 2-out RBI, and those are the best. That is, if you are the offensive side of it.
Taylor stands in here. Tried to hold back his swing there, but went around.
Ball. 1-1. Come on, Dodgers!
That pitch in for a strike, and it's 1-2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. That ends the inning. So the Dodgers leave 1. They lead 4-0. And welcome back to the ballpark. Here's Gleyber Torres.
Leading off for the Tigers, second baseman Gleyber Torres.
Way high there. And that is ball 1. The Dodgers bullpen with some action. Alex Vesia looks to be getting ready for manager Dave Roberts. Grove warming up as well.
Let's go, Dodgers! That's ball 2.
And a strike in there.
Big at bat right here. He did the team thing, took until he got a strike. Now he's got to go to work, shorten up that swing a little bit, do whatever it takes to get on base.
Fly ball down the line. Pajes on his way over. Has room, and he makes the catch.
Well, those can be pretty fun as an outfielder. Got to put it into his highest gear and go a long way to track that one down. Nothing better than that. You feel like a wide receiver playing football.
Green at the plate now. That's ball 1. And a foul ball. And that one is lifted in the air. Edman in position. Puts it away for the out.
Up next for the Tigers, the designated
Next to the
hitter,
plate is the
Kerry
Tigers
Carpenter.
DH, Kerry Carpenter. And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter. And the sweeper is off the plate. The Tigers down by 4 here in the top half of inning number 7. Swing and a ground ball. Tosses to first. Third out, and that ends the frame. Tigers are shut down there. They trail it here 4-0. Set for the last half of the 7th. At the plate, Miguel Rojas.
Miguel Rojas.
Rebbia in his 8th season, 34-year-old vet. He joined the team as a free agent. A little bit high, and it's 2-0. Fouled off left side. Swing and a ground ball up the middle. Lays out, but he can't squeeze it. No throw, and he's on at first.
Up next for the Dodgers, shortstop.
So man aboard. Mookie digs in here. And ball 1.
Good take.
Nobody out. Runner at first.
Come on, Los Angeles.
The shortstop takes the ball. Breaking ball in there for a strike.
Nasty 2-0 slider there for a strike. That tells you he's got a lot of confidence in that pitch.
Here's a 2-1. Betts chasing that time.
Knowing that the pitcher wants a ground ball double play opportunity here, you've got to lay off pitches down in the zone. Right there, swinging at that pitch, that's a no-no.
On the ground. Dive, and he's got it. Throws from the seat of his pants. There's one. To first, not in time. Great effort there.
Awesome job of getting to that baseball. Really good dive there. Doesn't have time to get up to his feet, so he throws from the seat of his pants, and he throws on the money.
Yeah, here comes Tommy Edman. Delivers a pitch in for a strike at 95. Swing and a miss as he chases that one darting out of the zone.
Stay out of the double play.
On the outside corner, got him looking.
Now batting.
Freddie Freeman will come up to hit. 3 for 3 with 3 singles. There's a strike.
Now, this guy is just filling up the strike zone right now. Don't want to get yourself in an 0-2 hole. You better be ready to pull the trigger on the first pitch.
Swing and a miss, and he was fooled.
More and more guys are looking to slug regardless of the count. In this situation, we'll keep a close eye on his approach.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Make it 4 strikeouts for him on the bump today. 1 left for L.A., but they're in front 4-0.
Now pitching.
Welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start the 8th. Alex Vesia.
And he's got a nice lead to work with, so he should come in throwing strikes, attacking these hitters.
And the batter now, Matt Vierling.
Right fielder.
The Tigers in striking distance, but have some work to do.
Boog, it starts with the leadoff man. Need a good at-bat out of him right here.
That finds the mark on the inside corner.
That's a good pitch there. Really had some run and finished Little up and in just on the edge. And that's one of those, if you swing at it, you hit a broken bat as you jog back to the dugout.
The 0-2. That one almost got him.
2 strikes.
All right, Los Angeles.
On the ground right side.
Come on, come on.
And that's one away as the leadoff man is out in the 8th.
Now batting, the first baseman, Colt Keith.
Colt Keith, the next to hit.
Peanuts, popcorn, cotton candy.
First pitch, and he just misses. Activity in the bullpen for the Dodgers. Anthony Banda getting loose out there. Base is empty, one away, and we're in the top of the 8th. Swings through that one for strike 1.
I think he was sitting off speed there.
All right, Dodgers. Woo!
So a foul ball makes it 1-2. And a swing and a miss. Beat him with a fastball.
Just a mid-90s challenge fastball right there. Not much to it. And I'm sure he'd love another swing at it because it was in a very hittable location. Those are the swings where you can sometimes start to question yourself as a hitter and say, how did I miss that? But you know what happens.
Young in the box now as he leaves that one up high. Just missed.
Let's go, Dodgers. Swing better.
Next pitch inside, and that's ball 3.
Well, I would expect in this 3-0 count, you're taking all the way. See if he'll walk you.
And he walked him on 4 pitches.
That just came apart right there. 4-pitch walk, and guy at the plate was not going to help him out by swinging at something out of the zone.
Jake Rogers up now for the Tigers, who's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts.
Let's go, Dodgers.
To third, Muncy. They get the force, and that is the inning. 1 left for Detroit. They're on the short end of a 4-0 score.
Now pitching for
Back
Detroit.
now, new pitcher on the mound as we roll into the bottom of the 8th. Tyler Holton. Now it's the Dodger cleanup hitter, Teoscar Hernandez. 1 for 3.
Oscar Hernandez.
There's a strike.
Looks like he sacrificed a pitch right down the middle for tracking and timing. Some good hitters will do that.
The 0-1 gets him to chase after that one.
No balls, 2 strikes.
Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. That
One
one
ball,
not close.
2 strikes.
Now 1-2.
Come on, Dodgers.
And a foul ball, he stays alive. Liner, and this could be trouble. Around first and hustling for second. And he greets the new arm from the bullpen with a double.
Well, he found himself behind in the count right there, but he didn't give in. Really good swing right there. He got a pitch that he knew he could handle, allowed himself to stay back just a tad bit longer, and he hit the ball on the screws.
Runner in scoring position, no outs. Now it's going to be Will Smith. And that one upstairs, ball 1.
1-0.
Runner in scoring position, nobody out. Here, the bottom half of the 8th inning. Hard hit left side. Tosses across to first. One gone to the bottom of the 8th.
Now batting, third baseman, Max.
Here comes Max Muncy. That one finds the zone, and that is strike one. Meanwhile, activity in the bullpen. Sean Gunther up and loosening in the pen. One out and a runner at second. Smoke to right center, and this one's gonna go out of here. He'll circle the bases, and they throw a pair on the board. It's 6-0.
Already playing with the lead, and now they're celebrating a home run. They're having a great time out there.
All day, baby. Oh, yeah.
That's as big as it gets right there. You take advantage of a mistake. That is an ultimate, here it is, watch it, I'm going to jog around the bases.
So one out, nobody on. Now it's the right fielder, Andy Pajes. Out to short, Sweeney. Tosses to first, and now two gone.
Now batting, designated hitter,
Chris Taylor now 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts and a ground out.
Dodgers.
In there at the knees. It's 0-1. Tap foul at the plate. And down on strikes. Out number 3. That funky Muncy with the homer for LA. Last chance coming up here for the Tigers. This one isn't exactly close, Chris. Let's go off script for a moment.
I'm game.
Were we on script?
Never.
Singy, you grew up in the Bay Area. Did you have a favorite player as a kid?
Yeah, I love the A's lineup. I mean, guys like Ricky Henderson, Dave Kingman, Terry Steinbach. I mean, you just go on and on. Tony Armas. Just some tremendous rosters back then. And I loved as a kid getting on the BART train, the Bay Area Rapid Transit, pulling up right there to the stadium and then going in and watching the game.
And that one misses up and in. And now 2-0. You also had the pleasure of going over and hitting and taking batting practice at a big leaguer's house. Who was that?
Yeah, Willie McGee, one of the greatest of all time, in my opinion. Not
He
in the
lived
Hall
in your
of
neighborhood.
Yeah, his folks live right down the street from me, and that's where his batting cage was. I used to look out of my backyard down the hill and just dream of one day maybe being able to go over and hit with them. And that dream became a reality when I was drafted by the San Francisco Giants.
That one misses. So a leadoff walk.
Pretty easy walk right there. Last pitch wasn't even much to think
Now
about.
batting, the center fielder.
Back to the top of the order. Parker Meadows up now for the Tigers. 0 for 3 with 2 groundouts and a strikeout. They tried to get him to chase on a slider down and away.
Boog, the runner at first needs to be careful right here. He's dealing with a pickoff artist on the mound.
Sweeney on at first. Nobody out.
Let's go, Dodgers.
And another ball. Fastball in for a strike, 3-1. And ball 4, 2 aboard.
Maybe a little loss of focus on the mound right there. Pretty much gifted him
Now
first
batting
base with a
second
quick
baseman,
free
Gleyber
pass.
Torres.
Here's Gleyber Torres, 0 for 3 in this one. That's off the mark. Ball 1. And that drops in for a strike.
All right, Dodgers.
Center field. Edman in position. Brings it in. Runner tags at second.
Make the throw.
Tag out at third. And that's a double play.
When you're already in scoring position, if you decide to tag, you really want to be more than 100% confident that you can make it safely to third, because otherwise you take a potential run scoring opportunity off the board. Great throw to third.
So it's their last chance in this one. Here's Riley Green, 0 for 3 with 3 flyouts. And that's in for a strike.
Come on, Dodgers, let's go.
And it's fouled away.
A defensive swing right there. Some cheese on the inside part of the plate. Bet the hands are still stinging after that one.
Vesia is just 1 strike away. And that's outside. That one misses. And the count's even at 2. Sends it to center, and that's going to do it. He'll squeeze it for the final out, and the Dodgers take this one in a blowout.
Good win by 6 runs. Always nice when you can win by a touchdown or a couple of field goals. You want to keep that momentum going, knowing the offense can score at will, bring it into the next one, and get another W.
6-0 is how this one ends. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew, I'm John Shambi saying so long. Hello and welcome. Thanks for joining us. MLB The Show has interleague action for you this afternoon. It's the Detroit Tigers taking on the Los Angeles Dodgers.
And now, please welcome your
All right, we'll be back to get this one
Los
started after
Angeles
this.
Dodgers.
Just about ready to go. And on the hill for the Dodgers, Shohei Ohtani.
It's got that splitter, and it's a pitch that swings and misses, come fast, and they come often. Very difficult to pick up out of his hand.
Center fielder,
And now here's a
Parker
speed
Meadows.
threat, outfielder Parker Meadows.
Come on, Showtime.
Fastball for a strike. And we're underway. And that one clips the corner.
Man, that pitch was dotted. So much talent on display when this guy's out there on the hill.
Swings through that, and it's a strikeout. And there's one down. And, Chris, that's a way to neutralize his speed by keeping him off base.
And the defense breathes a sigh of relief because he puts pressure on everyone if he can put the ball in play. But that's how you do it. Keep him off balance, get him out of there, and deal with the next guy.
Gleyber Torres up to hit.
Come on, Showtime.
And there's a ball. Ohtani, a 6'4" righty, 30 years old now. Let's remember a major part of his resume are those 3 MVP awards. And that's a little bit high. 2 balls, no strikes. One out, base is empty. And another ball. Draws the walk there.
Now, this was a story we were paying attention to before the game. We've seen him give up walks in the past, and it's an issue once again early on.
Here's Riley Green. Up the middle. Base hit. That was smoked through the infield. Lead runner holds at second base. First and second with one down.
Batting fourth, the designated hitter.
Next
Kerry
is the
Carpenter.
Tigers DH, Kerry Carpenter. He's someone that really beats up on right-handed pitching. The lefties, however, give him a little bit more trouble. First pitch doesn't find the zone.
The last thing he wants is to hit the ball on the ground, but I wouldn't expect many pitches up in the zone. They'll be pitching for a double play in this spot.
Torres over at second. Green over at first with one away. Just missed.
Good spot for the hitter. Definitely has the advantage in this count with runners on. Look for him to be aggressive on this next pitch.
Keep it on the ground. Turn 2.
2 on, 1 out. That one the other way. Dives and he can't hang on. Throw back in, holds the runner at third. Base is now loaded. Only one away.
A couple of singles back to back. I don't know how he's able to shoot that pitch the other way and still put something on it. That pitch was inside and he let it get really deep. So pretty incredible hands to fight it off and still get good wood on it.
And now Matt Vierling, top of the zone, and it's called a strike.
Get two.
And the pitch is outside, ball 1. 1 out, base is full.
Let's settle down and get the out.
Late that time, and it's strike 2.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
Now one missed.
This is our house.
On the ground to third. Rojas for 1. Double play. What a twin killing to end the inning.
Just trying to sneak one through with the bases loaded, but an excellent job by the defense to turn that one and get out of this jam.
Back here with my pal Singy. And on the mound in this one, Tarek Skubal. What do we have on him?
It's always interesting to see how he utilizes all of his pitches and how many of those he has a good feel for on that given day. When he's right, he's really able to keep hitters guessing, and all of his stuff seems to be coming out of the same arm slot, the same tunnel, and that can make life very difficult on his opponents.
And the batter now, Mookie Betts. Just off the outside edge, and it's 1-0. Right through there for a strike. This one popped up. Foul ground, first base side.
Unbelievable.
Keith makes the catch, and there's one gone.
Batting second. Center
Here's the
fielder,
Dodgers lineup now.
Tommy
And Chris, a great matchup in this one. An ace caliber arm in the hill against a deep lineup.
You said it, Boog, and I'm really excited to see how this plays out. The kind of talent they'll be facing, these hitters have a tough task ahead of them. Should be really fun to watch, though.
Tommy Edman at the plate. He has consistently been one of the best in the sport against lefties, and yet the righties give him trouble. You know, you don't want to be labeled as that guy, but the numbers say what they say. First pitch misses.
Well, he's a good player, but if he wants to be great, he's going to have to figure it out against right-handed pitchers. There's so many right-handers in the game that you're going to see them one after another. So you would imagine with that many looks, Boog, that the adjustment's got to be coming soon.
Swing and a miss. And that's strike two.
1 ball, 2 strikes. All right, Tommy.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And there are 2 outs.
Well, Boog, I'll tell you, when he goes to look at the video of that pitch, he's going to want to punch himself. That slider had hit me written all over it, and clearly he just got a little too excited and was out in front. Tell you what, when you get a pitch like that, you cannot miss it. Those have a chance to go a long way.
You see the velocity, 97 with that fastball. 2 outs, base is empty. The 1-1 is fouled off. Outside low, and a count now even up. Swing and a miss, struck him out, and it's a 3-up, 3-down inning. Nothing doing for the Dodgers here. Scoreless after 1. Top of the second, and here's the first baseman, Colt Keith. Ohtani back to work. Not close with that one, and that's ball 1. Just missed. Gary Simmons has the plate duty in this one.
Well, with Simmons, it's not always your standard strike zone, Boog. It kind of gives a little extra in some parts of the zone and then can be tighter in others. But I think the important thing is he doesn't get labeled as inconsistent. So you got to stay ready up there.
Yeah, one of those umpires, you just have to know what to expect, right?
Exactly.
Let's go, Dodgers.
Next pitch misses, and now 3-1.
3 balls, 1 strike.
Let's go, Blue.
That one misses, so a leadoff walk.
Batting 7.
Jace
Third
Young
baseman,
up now for the
Jace Young.
Tigers.
Let's turn 2.
Swing and a high fly ball out there towards left field. Hernandez makes the grab, one down.
Batting 8th, catcher Jake Rogers.
So up next, Jake Rogers.
Let's turn 2.
Just missed. Next offering is in for a strike. Man at first, one away. Ground ball right side, could be 2. There's one. On to Freeman. Double play. Inning over. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left. We go to the bottom of inning number 2. We're tied 0-0. Back here at Chavez Ravine, bottom of the inning. Here's the veteran outfielder, Teoscar Hernandez.
Hernandez.
The pitch. That one finds the zone. Strike 1. Ripped on a line. Green calls it in, and there's one away.
Man, that's one of those at-bats where you have to remind yourself it's about the process. He did everything right there. Nothing to show for it, but in your mind, you have to convince yourself that it was a very good at-bat.
Will Smith in the box now. No balls and a strike.
Well, we call that keyholing. Even though it's right there and looks pretty good, if he doesn't love it, he's not going to swing that early in the count.
That one way inside.
Let's go, Will. 2-2 the count.
Second inning here, no score. And it remains 2-2.
Really great change of speeds. He goes off the off speed to the fastball, and the hitter doesn't know what's coming next.
Can't glove it cleanly. Gets off a throw, and it's in time. It wasn't the smoothest play you'll see today, but they still get the out.
Third baseman, Max Muncy.
Max Muncy at the dish. He's not going to get cheated up there.
No, he's not. He's looking to do damage with every swing he takes.
Let's go, Max.
And there's a strike. Good heater at 98.
That's excellent location on the fastball right there early in this game. If he can do that all game, it should be a good outing for him.
1-1.
2 down, nobody on. Yeah, that's fouled off.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
Swing and a hard hit liner up the middle to base hit. And that keeps the inning alive.
All right, let's go.
Batting 7th, right fielder, Andy
Now, Andy Pajes. And that one upstairs, ball 1. Muncy off of first with 2 away. That clips a corner.
One way to make a guy real uncomfortable at the plate is pound him inside with good velocity. They're doing that right here.
Grounds one to short. They take the force out. Inning over. So one hit is all they get. We played 2 full, no score. On to the 3rd inning. Now it's the shortstop, Trey Sweeney. And the first pitch misses for ball 1. Inside, just missed.
Let's go, Dodgers!
Swing and a miss as he was out front.
2-1. That's right, LA.
Just off the inside edge. And it stays fair.
Well, when you fall behind in the count, you've got to come into the zone, and then guys have a better chance of hitting the ball hard like he did right there.
Now at the plate, Parker Meadows. He's 0 for 1. And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter. Pitch misses, and the count is 1-1. Went with the sweeper, but it misses. Runner at first with no outs here. Comes up empty. That's strike 2.
2 strikes to a guy who's already 0 for 1 with the punch out. The only guy in the lineup with that strikeout, but you can't get too relaxed. You still got to make good pitches to get him out.
Swings and misses, struck him out.
That's about as nasty of a splitter as you'll come across, especially in terms of movement. I mean, that thing tumbles out of his hand and just drops off the table at the last moment. If he keeps it down, it's just so tough to put wood on.
Here is Gleyber Torres. He reached on a walk his first time. And there's the strike.
0-1's the count.
Top of the 3rd, no score.
And that's a great take right there. Even though it's a strike, with the situation, runner on first base, you want to keep the ball off the ground. And you swing at that pitch, most likely you roll into a double play.
Here's a 1-2. And that one missing low.
He's trying to stay down in the zone, but the hitter just will not chase. Now back in a 2-2 count, he's going to have to go to something else to get him out.
Strike him out!
Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Well, interesting. He's looking very comfortable out of the stretch after giving up the leadoff single. Back-to-back strikeouts, so they haven't been able to move that runner up, get him into scoring position, and try to have a better chance of scoring. I tell you, good job so far on the mound. He just needs one more out.
Runner takes off. Pitch misses. Throw to second. Out there. And the inning is over.
The catcher definitely looked ready for that stolen base attempt. Got in position quickly, and a strike down to second base to end the inning.
And we're back. Here comes Chris Taylor.
Designated hitter, Chris Taylor.
Swing and a miss. That's strike 1.
0-1. Go back to Detroit.
Late with the swing there.
Well, he just threw that fastball by him, elevated, and if you're not looking up in that location, very difficult to catch up to, especially with that velocity.
Swings through that one. It's a strikeout.
Oh, really went aggressive in with that slider. Good 2-strike pitch right there. At worst case scenario, it's weak contact in play. Exactly where he and the catcher wanted it.
Miguel Rojas at the plate. And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike. And a strike.
Man, this guy's got a great feel for his breaking ball today.
Swing and a miss, struck him out.
Pretty much textbook pitching for the 3-pitch K right there. Jumped ahead 0-2 on 2 pitches he didn't want to go after at the plate. Then, knowing he's going to be a little more aggressive trying to protect, he expands just out of the zone where he couldn't do anything with it. He gets the strikeout and keeps the pitches thrown to a minimum. Very nice.
So the lineup flips over. Stepping in, the slugging shortstop, Mookie Betts. And that drops in for a strike.
Hey, 7 straight strikes to start the frame. He's got a chance at an immaculate inning.
Way out front for strike 2.
All right, there's number 8, 1 away.
That's a ball.
Got close to the immaculate inning, and he just couldn't find the zone right there. When you think about it, 9 straight strikes, so tough to do.
Fans another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts. Offense held in check there. 3 innings complete. We're tied, 0-0. Back here at Dodger Stadium, John Sciambi with Chris Singleton, and set to lead off the 4th, Riley Green. Check swing, and he went. And that's strike 1.
0-1. Come on, Dodgers!
And that one popped in the air, left field. Hernandez settles underneath it, hauls it in for the out.
Now batting, designated hitter.
So now the DH spot, Kerry Carpenter. 1 for 1 with a single so far. Carpenter, in his 3rd season, 27 years old, and he's usually in the outfield. Today, he's the DH. There's the strike. 4th inning underway, no score.
Let's go, LA!
Slap the other way, foul. Swing and a miss, and he's down on strikes. He's notched 4 strikeouts now.
Well, a well-thrown splitter is going to do exactly that. Get you off balance, thinking it's a fastball. Very similar to a changeup, but oftentimes a split's going to have even more downward movement with more velocity. Good pitch.
Next to hit, Matt Vierling. He hit into a double play his first time up. Just
Nope,
missed.
that's a ball.
Two outs. And he grounds one to the right side. And it's through for a hit.
Now batting, first baseman. Colt
And now the first
Keith.
baseman, Colt Keith. Walked his first time. There's a strike. A little out front there as he swings through it.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Vierling off of first with 2 away. Ball 1 there.
Sit him down.
Swing and a ball driven out to center. That's back.
Get down. Kidding me.
That one is gone. He hammers one out to center. It's 2-0. That was blasted.
Absolutely, no doubt off the bat. A good hitter gets pitch recognition early. He saw exactly where that was going to be. The challenge, not get over anxious and come out of your swing. He stayed on it and got all of it.
Base is empty with 2 away. And next up for the Tigers, Jace Young. Fly to left his first time. Swings through that one.
I can feel the breeze up here. Oh, one's the count. Come on, LA. Ball one.
And the sweeper misses for a ball. That one ripped. This one looks like trouble. Around first, heading for 2. And that's a double.
Stringing them together, that's 3 hits in a row. That was a thing of beauty. He may have been a little behind the pitch, but by getting that barrel into the hitting zone early on in his swing, he was able to meet it and still shoot a line drive down the line and left.
So runner at second, 2 down. Rogers digs in now. He's 0 for 1. That clips the zone. 0 and 1.
0 and 1.
Man on second, 2 down.
Ball one.
Activity in the bullpen. Alex Vesia looks to be getting ready for manager Dave Roberts. Grove, a right-hander, loosening up as well.
Come on, Los Angeles.
Man at second. And there's a foul ball.
Sit him down.
And here it comes. Swing and a ball popped up. Freeman under it. He's got it. And that'll do it. But 2 come across to score in the inning, courtesy of this 2-run homer. And it's 2-zip. You're dialed into the show. Back here in LA, ready to go, bottom 4. And at the plate for the Dodgers, Tommy Edman. And that one is in for a strike.
Well, the offense has gotten going, and a pitcher wants to go out there, have a real quick inning, get those guys back into the dugout so those bats can stay hot.
Swing and a foul back, and that's out of play.
Well, after scoring runs, this is where you're looking for that shutdown inning, get that hot team back in there to swing the bats.
Make it 4 strikeouts in a row, just cruising along.
Oh, there's the 3-pitch strikeout. He can do whatever he wants with the baseball right now.
Freddie Freeman up to the dish. A swing and a miss, and that's strike 1.
0-1's the count.
Base is empty, 1 away. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. Next offering is down low. Swing and a high fly ball, deep left field. Green on the run. Tries to make the play, but it's foul. Another one. That's 5 straight strikeouts.
Well, right now he's in cruise control, autopilot, just dominating these hitters. I mean, it doesn't look like it's a fun at bat. And all of a sudden, you become in awe of this guy on the mound. Somebody's got to break this thing up. That's 5 straight strikeouts. Got to put a ball in play.
Here's Teoscar Hernandez. 0 for 1 so far. Lace down the line. This looks like extra bases. Now he'll turn for second. And that's a two-bagger.
Now, no waiting around right there. He was ready to swing it on the first pitch. He really shot that one down the right field line and somehow found a way to keep it from slicing foul. One thing that was great about the approach, his head was down all the way through the pitch, and that's how you do it.
So 2 down, and up to the plate is Will Smith. First offering, and it just misses.
I feel with the way that Will Smith is able to handle the bat, control the bat head, he's very capable of finding green space and driving in that run.
Next offering upstairs.
Well, no need to go right at this guy. First base is open. He can hurt you, so make him expand his zone. If he doesn't, give him a walk.
And that one hit 97 on the gun.
Boog, he never moved because he never had time to. With that kind of velocity, you'd prefer that pitcher work away.
Next offering is in for a strike. Hernandez on at second with 2 down. Fouls one away, and now 3-2. So now 2 on and 2 outs.
Now batting, third baseman, Max Muncy.
First and second, 2 outs. Here's the third baseman, Max Muncy. And he's already singled in this game. That one catches the zone. 0-1.
There it was, a high velocity fastball in the zone. I think a little frustration from walking the previous hitter. He's got good stuff. Pitch inside the zone and trust it.
Strike 2, and there's a real chance they get out of this without allowing a run. Got him! Strikeout number 8.
He's in a tough spot, had to make a great pitch, did it, got the strikeout, gets out of the jam. Clearly, he's happy with those results.
And welcome back to the ballpark. Ready now for the 5th inning. And the batter will be the shortstop, Trey Sweeney. Ohtani back to work. There's a strike.
Looked pretty good as far as being in the strike zone, but I'm sure as a hitter, not too good with where it was located. Very top of the strike zone, middle away.
A little bit low. Swings through the fastball up in the zone.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. Here's a high fly ball out to center. Edman going after it. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. And there's one down.
The center fielder, Parker Meadows.
Back to the top of the lineup. And next to hit for Detroit, Parker Meadows. 0 for 2 in this one. Singy, you got to appreciate a guy who's this good defensively. I mean, watching him track balls in the outfield, it is beautiful. And ball 1. So how much does his speed factor into his ability to go get it?
It's heartbreaking for the hitter because off the bat, he thinks this ball's going to get down. Because of that speed and the ability to make up so much ground, he enters the picture and breaks a guy's heart.
Come on, Dodgers.
And a swing and a miss.
There's one guy that I can think about, Boog, who started as a third baseman, Alex Gordon, and then became an elite perennial Gold Glover out in left field for the Kansas City Royals. But he's a guy, when you watch him play, you would imagine that that's all he ever played in his life was the outfield.
Next offering way upstairs. Yeah, some guys just have instincts, right? I mean, that's the way it goes. We talk about Larry Walker, the Hall of Famer, and his instinct on the bases, despite the fact that he didn't play a ton of baseball as a kid. And a swing and a miss. He picks up his 5th strikeout on the hill.
Third time he struck out in this one, and definitely an individual performance you want to flush. He just hasn't looked very comfortable up there. Just one of those days. But when you're still winning the ball game, at least you can focus on doing your part to maintain that lead and getting that W.
Torres stands in now and watches strike 1. Remember Mark Kotsay was a real good defensive outfielder. Good instincts, not great speed. 2 down, nobody on. And they'll do it again.
Yeah, and I figured you would get Kotsay into this because you had a free dinner at his house the other night.
That is true. Misses. And a count 1 and 2.
1 ball, 2 strikes the count.
Good take by Torres.
He's really tightening up his hitting zone with 2 strikes here. I love it.
Swing and a miss, and he chases that one in the dirt. Smith gathers, throws. In time, the 2-3 strikeout ends the inning. Back here at Chavez Ravine. And now the right fielder, Andy Pajes.
Andy Pajes.
Just missed.
You know, these Dodgers just lacking discipline at the plate in this ball game. They're chasing a lot of pitches outside the zone, and those chases are turning into a bunch of outs. Can they turn that around and stay within the zone? We'll see, but I think they have to.
And another ball. There's a strike. Fouls one away, and now 3 and 2. Comebacker to the mound. Over to first, and the leadoff man set down in their half of the 5th.
Now batting, designated hitter, Chris Taylor.
Here comes Chris Taylor. He was a strikeout victim his first time. So the Dodgers are going to have to try and come from behind and try and get that offense going. And a good fastball to start him off. That's strike 1.
Just not able to catch up to that velocity.
Fouled off. He was late.
Oh, I think the key, I mean, if he can get through one more inning, anything after that, a hitter or 2 is bonus, but they should be lined up good enough to get to the finish line.
And there's a ball. That misses the zone. Ball 2. Got him. That's his 9th strikeout so far.
With that kind of velocity, an elevated fastball, even if it's still in the strike zone, can be tough for hitters to get on top of.
Now it's the second baseman, Miguel Rojas. He struck out swinging at his first at bat. Upstairs.
Ball.
2 balls, no strikes to count.
Well, he looks more focused at the plate and working the count after that first at-bat strikeout.
Ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. So now back to the top of the order.
Nice rip. That's what I'm talking about.
Now batting, shortstop, Mookie.
So the batting order turns over, and now it's Mookie Betts. Not your prototypical leadoff guy. Gets on base, yes, but also some power.
Let's go, Dodgers.
Foul ball there. Pitch misses there. Now 1-2. Rojas, the runner at first with 2 gone. In the air, right side. Vierling nabs it, and that's the inning. So the Dodgers leave 1, and they're down 2-0.
Now pitching.
We're back, and they make a change to start the 6th. The new pitcher, Alex Vesia.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
Here's the left fielder, Riley Green, 1 for 2.
Riley Green.
The pitch. That one outside. Ball 1.
Well, these Tigers putting together some really good at-bats in this game. There's been a lot to like with how they're approaching their chances at the plate. They really made that opposing starter work in this one. Ran his pitch count up, and now they've got an opportunity to continue making things difficult on the bullpen.
And that one fouled off.
And no, they haven't broken through in a big way in the runs column, but with the way they're grinding out at bats, it definitely feels like there's potential for more coming.
Got him swinging.
Well, that's the money maker right there. 2 strikes, slider down and away from a same side thrower as the hitter. I mean, that's just tough. You're looking to protect with 2 strikes and very difficult to lay off.
Carpenter in the box with 1 away as he takes ball 1. The Dodgers bullpen with some action. Anthony Banda looks to be getting ready for manager Dave Roberts. And it's 1-1. Base is empty, 1 away, and we're in the top half of the 6th. Swing and a miss. 1-2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Go Dodgers!
And it's fouled off. They'll do it again.
Come on, Dodgers, let's go!
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Let's go, Dodgers!
Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
Very strong coming out of the pen so far as he punches out the first 2 batters he's faced in this one, getting straight to work. Man, it's talked about a lot, but relievers are just so electric these days. These aren't fun at bats if you're a hitter. I'm so glad I'm retired.
Vierling stands in with 2 away as he takes a ball. Now 1
2 balls,
missed.
no strikes.
Swing!
Strike on the inside corner. Fouls one off. 2-2. Got him looking for the strikeout. And he strikes out the side here in the sixth. So they make short work of him there. 2, 3, 4 due up in the home half of the sixth. It's the Tigers 2 and the Dodgers nothing. Well, we go bottom 6, and here is Tommy Edman.
Center fielder, Tommy Edman.
Fastball is outside. Next offering is fouled back. Just
ball
missed.
two.
Let's go, Blue.
And that's in for a strike.
Go back to Detroit.
Fouls that off to the left, and we'll do it again. And there's a ball.
Expect for that guy to come right at you with a fastball, something in the zone, because he does not want to allow the leadoff walk.
Swing and a miss. Had him out front for the strikeout.
He had him out in front, which isn't easy to do against a hitter like this, known for using the entire field. Just couldn't sit back long enough on that one.
Here comes Freddie Freeman up to hit. At 96, that pitch is in for a strike.
Let's go, Dodgers.
Next offering is outside.
Definitely a frustrating day for the offense, but when they look at it, this guy's had his best stuff. Painting the corners, working on the edges, and changing speeds. Just a difficult one. You tip your cap.
That one is absolutely belted. And it one-hops the wall. Makes the turn and heads for second. And he'll pull in there with a stand-up double.
Seems like he got exactly what he was looking for right there. That's a good sound coming off the bat, man. And as he connected out front and lifted into the outfield, that's one of those swings where you just don't even feel the ball hit the barrel. That's a pure stroke.
One out, runner at second. And next will be the cleanup hitter, Teoscar Hernandez. Up and in, 1-0.
Counts 1-0.
With the tying run at the plate here in the bottom of the sixth.
That's right, LA.
That misses, and the count is 2-0.
2 balls, no strike.
Yeah, big swing and a miss.
And it really looks like these hitters have been in between with their timing today. Good fastball, excellent slider, but they've not been able to commit to one velocity and stay there.
Will Smith in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. Man at second. Fouls one away, and now 3-2.
Let's go.
Spoils the 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another.
A little tardy on that fastball. Is going to have to get it going a little quicker. Get that front foot down.
Right through there, got him. And he keeps putting up the K's. That's number 11.
Well, just couldn't pull the trigger on the fastball right there, and I don't think he was taking it, thinking it might be a called ball or anything. I just think he was flat out frozen. Did not expect that location, in my opinion.
And up next for Los Angeles, Will Smith. Line drive. And the inning is over. One left for LA. They trail things here 2-0.
Now pitching.
Welcome
For the
back. We're in the
Dodgers,
7th. We have a new pitcher on the
Number
mound,
43.
Anthony Banda.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
Colt Keith up now for the Tigers. He's already homered in this game. Banda, a lefty who lights up the radar gun. He features a four-seam fastball, a slider, a sinker, and he works in a changeup. In the air, left field, down the line, corrals it, and there's one down.
Now batting, third baseman, Jace Young.
Down the third baseman, Jace Young. Outside low, ball one.
The only adjustment he needs to make is his target. If you aim at the outside corner, that slider's going to end up way off the plate. Perhaps look a little more down the middle, and you get it right where you want it.
And that's in for a strike.
Let's go, Dodgers!
Check swing, called strike. Swing and a miss, 98 miles per hour on the gun.
Boog gets talked about a lot, but a good high fastball in a two-strike situation, it's just become such a problem for hitters in more recent years. I mean, with all of the emphasis by pitchers on developing that spin rate, having a good grip on the baseball, those high fastballs, they kind of look like to the hitter that they're rising, even though they're not, but they're...
Well, we'll hold that thought as that's the third out, and we'll end the inning. Bottom of the 7th, and now it's Max Muncy.
Well, these fans definitely want to get involved in the game. All it's going to take is to get the leadoff man or even a base runner on.
Swing and a foul straight back. The 0-1. That's down and in. Drilled in the air out towards right center. Meadows under it. One down.
Now batting, the right fielder, Andy.
So digging in,
Pajes.
Andy Pajes. Outside with a breaking ball. That catches the corner. Next pitch, not close, up high. And downstairs.
Here's an opportunity to do some damage and perhaps unlock this offense. 3-1 count, be ready to turn on a fastball.
And strike two.
Now just about to hit that century mark, 100 pitches for this game.
And a liner out into right center for a base hit. And that'll bring the tying run to the plate.
Everything came together for him. Fastball pretty much middle, and that's what you fall asleep dreaming about as a hitter. So no surprise he put a great swing on it.
Here's A.J. Hinch heading towards the mound, and we're going to see a pitching change right here. Tarek Skubal done for the day. 2-run ball game as he heads for the dugout, and we'll be back with a new pitcher.
Now pitching for
So out of the pen comes the right-hander, Will Vest.
And we all know about his slider. It's just filthy, man. And one of the better ones in the game, I'd say. Spin rate's very high, and it just breaks a ton.
One gone, runner at first. Chris Taylor steps to the plate for the Dodgers, who's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. Misses outside, and that's ball 1. The tying run at the plate, and that one fouled off. On the ground, right side, and it gets by him. And the lead runner has to hold on a second.
Back-to-back base hits. Not much to this one other than just a willingness to go the other way and put the ball in play. That's a team at bat right there. Nice job of staying back and letting the ball get deep. Now a huge at bat in this game coming up.
First and second, 1 out. Miguel Rojas steps to the plate for the Dodgers. Hit in the air, left field. Drops into the glove. That's out number 2.
Now batting, shortstop, Mookie Betts.
Mookie Betts digging in a huge spot. 0 for 3 in this one. This is what stat nerds like myself might call a high leverage situation.
Yeah, Boog, not sure what the numbers say, but clearly an at-bat that could change the course of this game dramatically.
That misses off the outside edge. Activity in the bullpen for Detroit. Bo Brisky getting loose for A.J. Hinch. Foley getting cranked up as well. With the go-ahead run at the plate, here at the bottom of the 7th. The shortstop takes the ball. That one misses, and that's ball 3.
At this point in the game, you cannot issue free passes. He's going to have to challenge this hitter. Hitter's got to be ready to swing it.
Tommy Edman in the on-deck circle, hoping for a chance.
3 strikeouts for him already, but that would be forgotten if he can get to the plate and make a difference right here.
Pajes on second. Taylor on at first with 2 down. This one driven deep center field, on its way, home run. And now they're out in front. It's 3-2. Well, that swing changes things.
Yes, it does. They were in striking distance. They found a way to fight back big time.
If you hit the ball that far, you know we're going to check the numbers. Let's go back to the nerd herd and StatCast. That was impressive.
Yeah, wow. I mean, they don't hit him much farther than that, Boog. Everything's got to come together to hit a ball like that, and he really showed us something right there.
Here comes the skipper out of the dugout, and he's ready to make the move. Will Vest departs, and he leaves in a 1-run game. New pitcher coming on. We'll be back in a minute. A new arm into the game, the righty, Tommy Kahnle.
Detroit, number 43, Tommy Kahnle.
So 2 down. Now the number 2 hitter, Tommy Edman. 3 strikeouts already. He's 0 for 3. That one finds the zone. That's strike 1. Two outs. And a breaking ball misses outside. And that one clips the corner. And that is a good eye on a pitch down low. Now 2-2. That one 95 to finish him off. Big 3-run shot for the Dodgers. It's now a 3-2 ball game. You're watching Major League Baseball exclusively on the show. Welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start the 8th. Tanner Scott.
Well, the best relievers love the opportunity to come in and protect a tight lead late in the ball game. Some of them are just wired different, so we'll see what he's got here.
Well, 1-run game. Here's the shortstop at the plate, Trey Sweeney. Just missed. Activity in the bullpen for the Dodgers. Kirby Yates getting ready to go. Grove, a hard-throwing right-hander, up as well. Looking to get the tying run on base. Now this is in the air down the line. Hauls it in for the out.
Now batting center fielder Parker Meadows.
And here's the Tiger leadoff man, Parker Meadows. First pitch, and he just misses.
Just missed with that good fastball inside, but it plants a seed in the hitter's mind. He's got to be ready for that pitch, which will open up the outside part of the plate.
One down, base is empty. Swings through that.
He's had a tough day at the plate. 3 strikeouts already. It's hard not to think negative, but you got to find a way to somehow center up the baseball and put it in play.
Next offering in there for a strike. It's a ball and 2 strikes. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Trying to hold a 1-run lead, and we're in the top of the 8th. That misses, and it's 2-2.
That's a really good take.
Swings and misses, struck him out. Pulled the string on the changeup.
Now batting second baseman.
Here comes Gleyber Torres. A walk and a pair of strikeouts. There's a strike. Lefty continues to work, but the closer getting loose in the bullpen. And there's a strike on the outside corner, and it's 0-2.
All right, now, he may have not liked either of those first 2 pitches or agreed with the umpire's calls, but at this point, he's going to have to bear down and be ready to hit.
A swing and a miss. That retires the side, and that'll do it. Tigers fail to make any noise. They trail it 3-2. Bottom of the 8th, and at the plate for the Dodgers, Freddie Freeman.
First baseman Freddie Freeman.
First pitch doesn't find the zone. Bottom of the zone and a called strike. This to center field. That gets down for a hit. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Hitting is really easy for some guys. One thing that I can see already, his bat stays in the zone on plane for an extended period of time. And guys like that, they have a high contact rate and they have more barrels because of that bat being on plane. And even when you don't get it great, it's still hit hard enough to dunk something in like that in front of the center fielder.
0-1. On the ground to the left. Off balance feed. There's one. On to first, double play.
Oh, man, what a smooth double play. That was a thing of beauty from start to finish.
Here's the catcher, Will Smith. And the first pitch misses for ball one. Two down, nobody on. Here in the bottom half of the eighth inning. Next pitch is outside.
That's a ball.
All right, Dodgers. Woo!
There's the strike. Swings through that one out in front that time.
Count's full.
Fouled off again, and it remains 3-2. Battling here as he fouls it away.
Come on, Dodgers.
Whacked out to center field. That's well struck. Meadows raging back towards the wall, and it's caught just in front of the wall. Here comes the closer here in the ninth, Kirby Yates.
And I can't imagine any save is an easy one. You're holding a small lead on the scoreboard, and you know those hitters are going to give you the best at-bats they can. So it's always high stress. Let's see what he's got here to try and close it out.
Well, one-run game. Riley Green getting ready to hit. 1 for 3. First pitch just misses. Tried to check his swing. Appeal to third. No, he held up. Next offering is in for a strike.
Now you get to this part of the order. Yeah, there's some pop there, but more likely there's some base hits. So very important to be patient. Let the pitcher walk you, if he will.
Swing and a miss, and now 2-2.
2-2 now.
Come on, punch him out.
Back foot slider struck him out.
Well, the first batter, it's always a big one for the closer. I mean, you get that punch out, you get settled in, you feel like you're in command out there on the mound from the jump, and kind of prevents any doubt from creeping into your mind or the fielders that are playing behind you that, you know, you're going to wrap this thing up.
Swing and a foul out of play.
Let's go, Dodgers. That's a strike.
There's the strike up high, and the count is 0-2. Crowd locked in right now. One-run game here in the ninth. And that's off the inside edge. 1-2 to count.
Punch him out. That's a strike.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Just one out remaining for the Tigers.
No, it's kind of tough right here. Closer comes in and he strikes out the first two hitters. It's hard not to feel defeated, and that this is going to go quickly. But you got to go up there, maybe trying to find a way to choke up on the bat, spread out, put the ball in play, and maybe you can extend this inning.
So last chance for the Tigers. Now it's the right fielder, Matt Vierling. Corner infielders guarding the lines, trying to prevent extra bases. Slider misses outside.
All right, Dodgers.
And another ball.
He's clearly trying to work him away here. Both pitches off the plate. If you really want to put the ball in play, you're going to have to stay back and drive it to the opposite field.
Cut on and missed 96 with that fastball.
Ooh, Baya. You got to remember to take the donut off the bat, partner.
Two down, nobody on. They're down to their final strike. The Tigers down to their final strike. Next offering misses down and away.
Big pitch coming right here. Last thing he wants to do is put the tying run on base, but he can't groove one either.
Strike him out. Punch him out.
Sharp grounder. That's through for a base hit. So the tying run reaches with two away.
That's tremendous fight from him, and
Now batting,
I know it's got the dugout fired up down there, down to the last strike, and he comes up with a hit to keep the game alive. It ain't over yet.
So up next, Colt Keith. He's already homered here in this one. There's a strike.
Well, in this situation, the hitter knows that he's got to find a pitch that he can drive in order to drive in that tying run all the way from first base. So if he can't do that, keep the line moving through a walk or just a base hit. But you got to stay within yourself.
On the corner for a strike, and it's 0-2.
Perhaps not quite ready to hit. First two pitches by him for a couple of strikes. Now back is against the wall. He's going to have to figure something out and figure it out quickly.
Punch him out.
Just misses. Going to count 1 and 2.
That turns out to be a really good take right there, but you don't want to end this game with the bat on your shoulder.
Punch him out.
Sit him down.
Got him, and that's the ball game.
Well, a real balanced ball game, 3-2 score. We saw some hitting at times. We saw some good pitching at other times, and I think very balanced, very pleasurable game, I think, for the fans as well as for us up here in the booth. Watching the execution by both teams was really impressive. They did it in all facets of the game.
A 3-2 final score in this one. They hang on to win it by a run. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi saying so long